Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, before we beginning our class, let's pray together before we starting the lesson. Pray begin. And prayer. Okay, before I start to listen, I want to ask you, how are you today? Is anyone healthy or anyone sick today?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so well, if anybody ready to learn, if you're ready, now look forward and open the textbooks. Please put away the unimportant item first. Okay. During this semester, you have learned about the different type of motion, starting with straight motion, including falling motion and vertical motion, parabolic motion, circular motion, and rotational motion. How does motion happening?
Ma'am, the force that causes objects to move, and yeah, that is ma'am.
Oh, well then, Dara, does anybody have anything to add?
You can produce it.
Okay, so you're right, Anissa. So beside the force, there's other concept why object can move. It's because there is energy and effort. Okay, everyone, today we will discuss energy. Before we learning, we must know the today learning objective. The today learning community objective.
All right, ma'am. The learning objectives today is first is state the formulation of kinetic energy, potential energy, and mechanical energy, and show the existence of kinetic energy and potential energy quantities in various motion.
Okay, so I will start the lesson. Have you ever, when you want to move your desk into a new position, you have to push it, right?
Yes, I have, ma'am.
So to move it, the table, what must be spent? Does anyone know?
Yeah. The energy from us to push the table over.
Okay, exactly, Anissa. What does energy mean here?
So, ma'am, in everyday life, energy is associated with motion. So, energy is defined as the ability to do work. Where, with the example that ma'am gave to move the table, we spend energy to push the table, ma'am.
Okay, very good, Dara. So expending energy to do the effort of moving tables, the energy expend is not lost, but it turns to energy, which is energy that makes table move. Well, in general, energy is ability to do effort, work, and experiment change. The change referred to into the scope of physics can be in the change form of position and motion. Okay, to be understand it, please learn how energy change position and energy can change to the motion object or kinetic. You can see the following YouTube link and image that I see beside on your slide. Okay, so have you watched a YouTube link and you can see the image. For observing earlier, there's anything you want to ask?
Ma'am, are kinetic energy and potential energy related in Newton's law?
Well, very good question, Dara. Can anyone else answer? How about Anissa?
We can try dropping various objects from different heights and measure their potential energy and measure their velocity as they fall to calculate their kinetic energy.
Well, that's correct. Yes, exactly. The law of conservation of energy is a physical principle that states that energy in the given physical system cannot be created or destroyed, but can only move from one form to another. In this case, kinetic energy and potential energy play an important role. Using Newton's laws, we can analyze the change in kinetic energy and potential energy in physical system. So I have question to relate this type energy. does the height at the object files really affect to the potential energy? Then does kinetic energy really depend on the speed of the object? Now let's make a hypothesis. What do you will think will happen?
Ma'am, I think the higher an object falls, the greater its potential energy, and the faster the object moves, the greater its kinetic energy.
Well, that's good, Dara. So we can start the collecting information to the task hypothesis. How about we collect the data for this?
We can try dropping various subjects from different heights and measure their potential energy and measure their velocity as they fall to calculate their kinetic energy.
Yes, Dara. How about how to collect the data?
All right, ma'am. Once we have collected the data, we can compare it with our hypothesis. If the data supports the hypothesis, then we can conclude that falling height affects potential energy and speed affects kinetic energy.
Okay, that's a good plan. Okay, so we can do experiment after collecting data. We will able to test your hypothesis. After we're done with the exploration, we will make a conclusion. You can try it by yourself with instruction that I gave you on this slide. Okay, I will give you the instruction. As you can see, there is a material and storage required at your home. You can do it by yourself. And then there's a experiment steps that I give you in this slide. Okay, so we have to do experiments. So is there anything you don't understand?
No, ma'am.
So okay, well, so how about the conclusion to who wants to be conclusion our experiment and our learning for today? To Anissa, who want to conclusion our learning for today?
Yes, I have, ma'am. Energy is the ability to make an effort. Motion energy consists of energy kinetic, potential energy, and mechanical. Energy kinetic belongs to moving objects characterized by velocity. Potential energy is possessed by objects due to their illness.
Okay, so maybe that's last weekend learning today for our observation from the energy potential, energy kinetic, and how we can experiment to different to the hypothesis about the height and the position. Okay, I will give you evaluation question for this student to do. So for the next meeting, please read about the material we will learn, namely effort. So I will close my lesson and hopefully it will useful. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.